Hello.
Hey,
And welcome to
you welcoming?
the
Oh yeah, facial recognition
Comedy Podcast. I'm Pallavi.
And I'm Fizaa.
Deep sigh. Fizaa
Uh,
is feeling some feelings right now.
Yeah, I'm always feeling feelings. I'm okay, not being okay. That's what we were talking about
Yeah.
right before we started rolling.
You seem okay. Let's unpack.
I'm not okay. I just
Let's unpack.
I'm not smiling would be an effort.
Yeah.
Well, I just laughed.
You said
so-
you're anxious.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I was telling you I needed a break. I just need a break in general from stuff, a true break, because I haven't had a true break. And the opportunity to do that is, Christmas.
Yeah.
When everything shuts down, but it's like, oh, well, that's family time, and it's there's mixed feelings because I love my family, but there's so much
Stress.
drama.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know when I'm gonna get
And there's
time.
no way to set boundaries when you're with your family that they would respect.
Yeah, it's not I need a time to heal is what I need.
Yeah.
I need time to heal. And I don't know when that's going to happen.
Do you feel what do you need to heal from? Obviously you work very hard. There's a lot of up and downs. Is that the general feeling, or is it
I have a lot of
specifics?
trauma.
Okay.
I just have a lot of trauma. And it's there's I think healing's not linear.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, I went through a major sort of healing period I don't know, 6 years ago or something, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And it just takes so much focus and time to rewire shit. So yeah, it's crazy because it's how do I continue this hustle at the rate that I want to with an unsturdy foundation?
Yeah. That's the huge stress of everything, right? Is trying to be stable in an unstable world in this industry.
Yeah.
Can I say something that I've noticed that's not a label, but it's something that I've noticed?
Sure.
I've sensed you getting angrier the last couple months. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
So it's building up.
I mean, I think anger is a secondary emotion.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's gonna build up until there's a release, and then that's the question: is what's the release? Maybe there is a way to go home and not be triggered to death.
Maybe the release is being triggered to death and then just losing your shit and then just starting over like a good old yell off and then moving on.
Oh, God. I mean, in the past, it would take me months to recover from these breaks.
Yeah.
And that's not the case now because I've just been in therapy for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still disorienting. And, in my head, I hear sort of the voice of my parents saying, oh, I'm ungrateful. The whole, we had it much harder. And I'm sure they did, but that's their experience. That wasn't my experience. I'm only speaking from, I mean, there's a lot of, I don't want to put other people's business out there, but there's a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. And that's sort of I don't know, it seems like the holidays are just sort of an arena to deal with it with family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they're I don't know. I feel hesitant to complain, but that's also my own judgment of my feelings.
Yeah, I asked you. I was like, complain. Tell us your things. Guilt-free.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. It's just like I just wish it was a flip of a switch. And then like I think there's sort of this expectation of me to have high energy. Cuz that's
From your family or from everyone in general?
I mean everyone in general. Like, it's if I, like you asked me what's wrong. And it's like, I'm okay not being okay, but also it's just like, I think when I don't particularly, I'm not craving attention when I'm like this because I'm not like dying to have that what's wrong conversation like with everyone who's like, why aren't you hyper?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that too. Like, people get mad at me when I'm tired, and it's like I have sleeping issues. Like, leave me alone. But simultaneously, I was asking you because I've been feeling heat off of you, so I want to make sure you and I are good.
Yeah, we're good. It's not you. It's not you. It's not anyone. It's me. It's what like I don't hold anyone responsible for my feelings. So you're off the hook.
Whew.
Yeah. You too, Paul.
Oh,
You're
Paul,
off the hook.
we're free.
If I'm holding someone else responsible for my feelings, then I'm in my feelings and it's something that I need to process still.
I feel that.
So like
When I'm getting really mad at someone, I know it's because I'm like, when I'm like very emotional about it, I'm like, I'm not over this. Like,
yeah. So it's like it's maybe like the whole strike when the iron's not hot type thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to like strike people like.
I'm very confrontational, so
your-
I do that all the time by accident. I also do a thing where I have a spidey sense for when people have just broken up, and I ask how their partner's doing.
Oh,
I'm
geez.
like so bad. That's
I
like
mean,
the
is that like
that's
throughout life or
accident.
just
Throughout
LA?
life, I've done this. Like where I'm
Oh.
like, "Hey, how's your girlfriend?" And they're like, "Oh, she broke up with me." Like
Like that
right,
day?
like within the week. And it's like choosing the longest grocery line by accident or like the slowest one. I like always
gift
have
for
that knack.
that.
Yeah, it's it's the
Yeah.
worst. I'm like, how did I get here again?
Damn.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, I'm surprised by how heavy this shit still weighs on me. Because I was thinking about that. Because, like, oh, we're going to do a podcast. I have to figure out what the fuck I'm feeling,
Yeah.
What am I feeling? Like,
do
why
you-
am I agitated? I'm fucking agitated. That's what it is. And it's like, I'm agitated to see people I love. Like, what the fuck? That's confusing.
Sometimes you just got a hermit. Sometimes you're just like, I just need to be in my bed for 12 hours.
Dude, and it's like, okay, I haven't even processed this trip, and then like, it's like there's so much pressure. My parents use the guilting shit.
I hate that.
They use the guilting shit, and it's like
I hate that it
a
works.
technique. It does work, and it's manipulative. It is a form of manipulation, and it fucking works. And that's sort of like where boundaries come into play. But
What phrases do your parents use? My mom is always a fan of "if I'm alive, then." If
my
I'm even
God.
alive, then.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
that's a fun one, a fun little bit from my mom.
a little histrionic.
Yeah. And then she'll also say like life is too short, and then my dad will say we have values. Like that's a common one from my dad.
Oh wow, that's a moral. He's a moralist.
Yeah, it's like family values, family whatever, and I'm like our values are different, Dad.
My family, like, I think they love, and okay, so like, I'd say, fuck, I don't. Person with the code.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, and I've been
Ineffective at giving back to the poor. I'm Batman. And you've
Damn.
always what?
I tend to be more like flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I tend to be like not a moralist.
You're very flexible. What I admire is that you're very flexible with other people, which I've had to like. I swing back and forth. I'll either let people like walk all over me, or I'll be like, you have to be held to my standards. And so like that's something that I'm still working on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of like I've always kind of been live and let live. And I don't know if it's just like my displeasure of being micromanaged. And I like to have space.
Yeah, it's more like for me, it's like Megan Amram had a good tweet after like Ellen was spotted with George W. Bush or whatever. She was like, being the problem with being tolerant of intolerant people is that it hurts people or something like that. That's like the gist of it. And that's how I feel. I'm always like, we can't tolerate this shit. This is hurting other people like down the line, you know, in terms of like rights and like how you treat people and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw the picture, I don't think, but like, you know, if they do have a relationship, a cordial one, I don't think that's hurtful. I think it's not hurtful to have a line of communication. You know, I don't, as long as she's not supporting.
I mean, she said that's my
action.
friend. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing is like, to me, he's a war criminal. He like killed millions of people. So like that's how everybody else is reacting is like he's this like war criminal, anti-LGBTQ, like you're just sitting there laughing with him, like how could you do that? And to some extent I understand like having friends that you disagree with, but it's also like the extent of the damage that was done in that case is like so much. And like Michelle Obama is also, I think like somebody said people started to forgive him when like Michelle Obama gave him candy at that funeral or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, but their jobs are politicians, right? Ellen's isn't.
Yeah, I'll say this. To me, it doesn't really bother me that she's friends with him, but I understand why it would bother some people if they hate him.
That's that flexibility you got.
Yeah, you know, and it's like I don't particularly like him, but I don't tend to hate people.
Yeah, but I like
unless I really love them.
I have to like but like
them.
if you like hold then you hate them if you love them.
I have the capacity to I'm kidding.
Her eyes say otherwise. Tune in on YouTube to see her eyes stare off into the distance. But that's the thing is like if you tolerate him and you're cordial to him and you're civil and you make him feel like his actions are okay, then you're like, you know, it's and somewhat silence concedes, right? You're like saying that what he's done is okay.
That's one way
like
to look
the
at
view
it.
of it. Yeah, that's like I mean that's you know. He like hasn't had to pay for everything that all the damage that has been caused and the people that have died.
Yeah, I mean, I understand people thinking he's shitty and hating him, and of course, like that rubbed them the wrong way.
Yeah,
you know, like I get that.
And then it's also
I'm not going to say that their feelings aren't valid.
Yeah, and then it's also like now everybody's on this like eat the rich thing, which I kind of am. Did you? Hassan had a like an episode of like why there shouldn't be billionaires. And it was pretty good, like just in terms of like the analysis of it. So that's why they were like, "Oh, Ellen's rich now.
Yeah,
she's like given like crazy expensive gifts to Trump. She's friends with George W. Bush. Yeah. She's just another rich person."
Well, when the money is sitting in one place and is not flowing through the economy, does that the economy suffers, right?
Yeah, and like the fact, but it's also like. Just like the tax evasion and like all of these things that are done by these people.
Yeah.
But then also like just as a human, like how can you like watch people? How is Flint's water not fixed yet? Like Jaden Smith is working on it.
Yeah, what is it? It's like a bunch of billionaires taking turns sending bottled waters to Flint. Is that what's going? But like,
I don't think that's actually happened. I don't know.
Is that not even? It's not even that.
No, I think Jaden Smith is actually trying to work on the thing. But it's like
I love the Smith kids.
I love them too. They like literally could just fix the fucking pipes.
I know. It's there's so much shit, and I mean, it's pretty crazy, and I understand like everyone's outrage. Yeah. I totally understand everyone's outrage. I think it's just to function. I have to have my own boundaries.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna be outraged about something I'm not actually feeling. This is not the Flint conversation anymore. This is the Ellen being friends with Trump thing, but like or like
Bush.
Oh, it was Bush.
It was Bush, yeah. But then there was another picture of like there's a picture of Melania holding the baby and like like everything was gold. The baby carriage was gold, and there was like a gold chandelier, and the golden chandelier was given to them by Ellen. Yeah. And it's just like at that point you're just like, what the fuck? Like the lives they live are insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I'm not outraged because I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise to me. It's not like I'm, being sucker punched by this information. It's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like I'm glad that some people stay angry and hold this to like higher things, basically. I feel like when I was younger I was more like that, and now it's like I only have so much energy for so many things, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate when anyone feels strongly about anything. I mean, even that's why it's so hard. Like, censorship's so hard, and like the whole like I don't know. Do we want to go into hate speech? That
Yeah,
might
let's
be
do
a
it.
little too.
No. I want to go more into things that we feel like we shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
want to go
I'm
into
definitely down for that. It's I don't know. I think censorship's dangerous, but obviously, like, racists are dangerous.
Well, I think like it's the connection between hate speech and violent crimes,
Yeah.
right? And so that's the different. That's why that is a level of speech.
Yes.
And also, there's exceptions for like satire and parody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the things that the free speech things, like they're not getting, nobody's getting arrested. Like Steven Crowder sells mugs with the word fag on them,
Yeah.
and he's like benefiting off of hate speech.
Yeah. And I mean, it's to me, I always lean on the side of protecting freedom of speech.
But I'm saying I don't think it's threatened.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's when it translates to violence.
Yeah.
And I guess, yeah,
It's
like the
yelling
hate speech would
yelling
just be
fire in a theater, right? Like there's logic behind it. Definitely like I don't want to give up like freedoms. I don't want us to like the cancel culture. I feel like there's real cancel culture, or there's like fake cancel culture is like fake because people aren't getting actually canceled. They're just like moving into a different like realm or whatever. So I have like those feelings, but
it's like temporary outrage culture.
yeah. Like those people will recover fine.
Yeah, because everyone will forget that they were mad. I'm forgetting. I forget everything. There's so much shit coming out. Like I forget who's canceled, who's not canceled, who's dead.
Even within the who's dead?
Yeah, is Leslie Nielsen alive?
Oh fuck, I don't know. No,
Okay, you know,
I
like,
haven't seen Leslie Nielsen in a long
when the
time.
hell did that happen? His shit's funny.
What,
See, like,
has this been something you've been thinking about?
It just occurred to me.
Just occurred to you. Who else do we think is? Who else do we are not sure is alive that it's probably
Well,
dead?
like Steve Jobs is dead, but it feels like he's alive.
Because his phone is staring at me right now.
Yeah, like you know, it's. I don't know. That's the thing. Is like everyone's sort of still now with the internet and
There's so
everyone's
much.
around.
Everything's like fake and real, and I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Everything is fake and real.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. Actually, I don't
Oh,
think there's any
man.
better way to say it. That might be like I think the title of the
Yep.
episode.
Just writing it down. We like to have you guys
Yeah,
see
just-
every part of us.
There is no fourth wall here.
Fourth.
Fourth audio wall.
I don't know. We traversed a lot. I always take it political. I'm always like, yeah, that thing that you're feeling. Anyway, here's a political thing.
I mean, I'm down for whatever right now.
I get so mad.
I just,
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it's a relief from the agitation. Oh, you know what? Because like, okay, so Thanksgiving, I missed therapy. I missed a session of therapy.
Whoop.
So that is like, that does affect me.
Yeah.
You know, I have noticed I am affected when I get less support than I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
So that, and then I had a birthday.
Yeah.
you know,
I didn't see you
and-
since.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's cool. Like I'm not a big birthday celebrator, so I didn't like do like a thing.
You got a lot of shout outs online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's thanks. That was cool. You know, I
Everything's fake and
appreciate the
real.
love. I appreciate the love. Maybe it'll sink in one day.
Maybe when they translate into like real human touch,
Yeah.
it'll make a
No,
difference.
yeah, I do appreciate the love. I think it's just after a certain age, it's like birthdays are just
Oh, it doesn't feel good.
I won't say it feels bad, but it doesn't. It's not like a whole like, yay! I'm so excited to be beep.
Yeah. To be beep.
Yeah, beep beep beep. 3 digits.
Choose your own adventure.
This bitch is 100. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe there's some. I'm thinking. 'Cause,
Maybe
like,
we should rebrand birthdays. Because birthdays are supposed to be like the day that's about you, that's super fun. But I do think people like make fun of you as you get older, or like there's like less reward for it or whatever.
ageism.
Yeah, so
As
it's
a
like
woman.
it's like Fuck that.
I'm
Only
pulling you muscles the day I turn, like, it's like my body
Right, that
hits, like,
shit's wild.
like, there's a biological
I
thing
say
that happens where
mandatory spa day with massages and stuff, and
That's
then
a great idea.
only people who are going to compliment you the whole day are allowed to come. None
Oh
of
my
this
God.
negging bullshit. I'm thinking of very
I
specific male comics
hate
when I'm thinking this.
negging. I hate negging.
It's like you're not smarter than me for thinking of an insult and a compliment at the same time. I just don't do it back to you because I'm tired. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like they're like, oh, I thought of this clever thing that's like a roast as well, and you're just like,
oh, do you feel like you have to do like you have to engage? And
I mean, sometimes I have fun doing that with
what is
friends.
it, riffing with them?
Yeah, so I love riffing. I love like roasting with friends or whatever. But it's like
when someone's like negging though.
when it's like clearly like one like their entire personality or just like one sided or whatever, and you're just like, I don't have not right now, dude. Like I don't have time for this. I can also think of like shitty things to say to you, but I'm not doing that. And we're not playing this game.
I hate being negged. Like, and maybe it's because I recognize it. Like if I didn't have the awareness to recognize it, maybe I'd be affected. But that I can recognize it, it makes me just sort of I feel very disappointed in the guy.
That's what
I'm like, I lose respect, I think, for the individual who negs me, because it's like, oh, this is like you're doing something to hurt me.
You don't think
for
it's
your own gain.
But do you think okay,
whether
so
it's
that's
intentional,
like, so that's,
I think it is. I think guys know when they're trying to knock you down a peg.
But do you think they are trying to like actually knock you down a peg, or is it like flirting? Because there's like
it depends.
Yeah,
it
depends. I think it depends on the context.
Read the room. If you're a comic, read the room.
Read the fucking room.
A good comic can probably be a good. I don't know.
You would no. There's so many amazing comics that are horrible one-on-one and like cannot read the room.
Don't meet your heroes, people.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, Louis C.K. should have read the room, I think. But you would think he'd be good in front of a person.
I know. What a great comic,
right?
What an awful dick.
Really?
Awful penis.
Have you seen it?
No, thankfully. But I've heard his reputation precedes him. Truly.
Oh,
the dick doesn't. His penis doesn't precede him.
Oh shit.
That's mean. I don't want to body shame.
Funny.
I don't want to get canceled for body shaming. Like,
do you know what's weird is like there have been times
this is gonna be my Louis C.K. moment. Is that they're gonna come back to this and say that she made a small dick.
A woman's Louis C.K. moment is talking about a penis. A man's is pulling his out.
Yeah.
So shitty.
That is real. Oh God, agitated again.
Oh yeah, did we bring you all the way back around?
I don't know that I left, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's just been like this permanent state. But yeah, it's like it is what it is. I'm just gonna be honest. I have to figure out how that translates on stage.
Yeah, dude.
That's the thing is I'm so fucking moody. Like it affects my set. Like I gotta have different sets for different moods.
I feel that too. Or like different jokes in like different. I have to mix it up.
Yeah, and then also
I still haven't figured it out yet.
And then it's like the perpetual comic cycle of like, it's a cycle. Like you'll do stuff, you'll work, and you feel really good about it. You get bored of it.
That literally just happened to me.
Again.
Yeah,
and
I feel like a failure right now.
It'll come and go.
Not funny. Haven't thought of new jokes in months, and I'm, it feels like it's here right now.
It'll come and go. You'll feel like the shit, and then you'll feel like shit, and then you'll feel like the shit again.
Yeah.
And then it's just like hopefully you die feeling the shit. That's all we can hope for.
I want to die when I feel bad because I just want it to be over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just want the sweet release of endorphins.
I know. I want that endorphin hit like right as I'm feeling shit.
Yeah, but you're gonna also like see like your entire life flash before you. Like,
it'd be cool if we could pick someone else's life to flash before us when we die. If that
when you die,
wouldn't that be fun? If when I died, I'd be like, I want to see like Martin Luther King's life or something else.
In Rick and Morty, there was like a ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like that, or like in a ride where it was you experience someone's entire life.
Yeah.
In a moment.
Yeah,
but like that.
I've been watching the Watchmen, and that's like
Me too.
Part of it's so good.
I love it.
It's so good, and fucking Regina King.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a Regina Hall that's the same age as her that's also killing it right now.
Yeah.
But Regina King is so amazing. This bitch is like an older lady, not like old, but like a middle-aged woman in Hollywood, and it's fucking kicking ass. It's so cool to see. And then also like all of the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing shit, which I was never taught in school.
Never.
They didn't tell me anything about Black Wall Street. I didn't know what Juneteenth was until I made black friends.
And this was a devastating attack.
It devastated like black people in America. Like it was like their path, and then they were set back again.
It's kind of genocide.
Yeah.
So it is shocking.
I also watched
most of America's learning about this through HBO's Watchmen,
and they still don't have a full understanding. Like I bet they're like, oh, I don't know that it's real because it's Watchmen.
Exactly.
Yeah. But and then also I watched The 13th, which is Ava DuVernay's documentary about how the prisons. I don't know if I've talked about it, but yeah, it's really good.
We haven't. I feel like we might have talked about it, but like I don't think people can talk about it enough that legal slavery exists.
To this day, there are more black people in prisons than there were slaves in America.
Yeah, and it's just private prisons are profiting off of this, so there is incentive to send people to prison when they shouldn't be. How many people are in prison for weed?
It's so stupid.
You know how many people are serving like decades?
There's so many pictures of like Canada and the US where they're like, oh, everybody's waiting in line for their like weed licenses, and it's like all white people. And it's so fucking frustrating and horrendous.
Okay, so like have you had this experience of like self-segregation recently? Because like I was in an elevator. It was like, none of us knew each other. There were two black dudes, older gentlemen, and two white dudes, two older gentlemen. One white dude knew one black dude, but when we all went on the elevator, all the people of color were on one side.
I've seen that so many times.
And then, all the white, and then two of them knew each other, but they didn't even stand on their side.
At parties and stuff, this shit happens.
Oh, all the time. Shows. It happened at a show where like, it was like a somewhat diverse lineup. And like all the comics of color were huddled together, and then all the white comics.
It's so weird.
And then the photographer went over to the white comics and were taking their picture. It's like, well, we want our fucking shot, or like, why are y'all? And that's where it's just like, okay, is it their? And I don't want to mean to say their, like as in them.
Those people.
But like, is there a responsibility to be inclusive? To say, hey, we need to put some spice on this.
Say it,
man.
On this bland
shit
bun or whatever. I don't know.
On this,
I got you.
Yeah.
But also, what's weird is like the way we segregate. It's like now I'm
getting triggered by bland food.
I know. I want good food.
Yeah.
But right now I think it's like it's interesting that. Because it used, like, Get Out, they referenced how, like, Asian people were model minority, whatever. They went with the whites. Like, they sold out, like, black people, basically. But in our circle of friends and in comedy, we hang out with, at parties, I see it self-segregating into, like, people of color and black people and then white people. You know what I mean?
So I'm just wondering, like, is that, I mean, everything's fine, I guess, like, but is...
Everything's fine.
But it kind of, like...
It feels weird when you see it in a room and you're aware of it.
I felt a desire for there to be some outreach.
From them. You don't want to do it yourself.
I kind of called it out, and I don't know that it helped.
What happened?
Nothing. Everyone just sort of went, ha,
and then went back to their groups.
Yeah. So
that happens. But it's also like...
Is it a comfort thing,
It might be a comfort thing. Or a cultural thing, too.
Like, these people are used to privilege, and these people are used to marginalization.
It's also, like...
sort of even out.
Who's, like, fun in the room. Because I think in a lot of, like... There are a lot of, like, black comics, comics of color that I, like, fucking love. And there are a lot of, like, white comics that rub me the wrong way because of shit that they say.
I tend to like, and maybe you were like this too, but I've always sort of just hung out with everyone.
I have too, but when we get in that room, it's like, who are you hanging? Like, you made the decision, right? So that means that there's some more level of comfort.
Yeah, for sure.
And for me, like, interacting with people... In general, I think people that have been oppressed or marginalized or something, and like are like slightly more aware of the Tulsa like thing of like shit that happens or like what to say or what not to say. Not to say that like people like black people haven't said like not racist but prejudiced shit against like brown people and vice versa. Obviously,
Yeah,
vice
totally.
versa. Like
I mean,
Indian people are
say
so fucking
Indians
racist.
are racist against Indians.
Yeah, but it's like it's not to say that that doesn't happen, but it's like I think I have just more patience with brown people and black people.
Yeah, I just, I wonder, I think that it's a level of comfort and like common ground, really. Because, like,
Yeah.
we're black and brown in America.
Yeah.
So instantly, like, that's sort of instant othering.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been white passing.
No.
You haven't? You weren't born, like, super light.
I'm gonna
you
say
came into your
no.
color a little later.
Yeah, this is what happens when you leave the Mormon church. You leave Utah, you just turn brown. This is why they have to convert everybody, because as soon as you convert, you turn white.
Oh God, just save the white people, man. Just recessive
wild.
genes.
Yeah.
That's how recessive genes work, right? They get triggered. They get like initiated once you leave the Mormon church.
Yeah.
You're just like,
I don't know.
science.
It's just weird because like I feel like I'm talking more about race the older I get, but like
Yeah.
I'm more aware of everything.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't aware of why I felt upset when I was younger, and now I'm like, oh, this is some white people shit. Like,
Yeah, you're able to like sort of pinpoint it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I wasn't aware of, or not, like, people are less aware.
Soba has that great joke where she's like, you'll remember racist shit from 10 years ago. You're just like eating your cereal and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
I reference
real.
that joke all the time. Soba Agarwal. But it's like, yeah, you have these moments where you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have tolerated that.
Sexism was a big thing also.
Yes.
Just being surrounded by the patriarchy and not even realize not even recognizing my own misogyny.
I was gonna say like not recognizing your own. No, I'm kidding. Our own misogyny.
I get it.
I was thinking the other day, like I've noticed a couple comics have like toxic femininity in their bios, and I'm like, I feel like I'm still toxic masculinity. Like I'm still like that because I'm, I have those elements in me. It's wild.
I mean, it makes sense, especially if we're taught like the person who has it together is the dude.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, and like look at like where we come from culturally, it's such a male dominated family unit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to be
that's
honest,
like that's our role model is for people who are like want to achieve and do something, like that was sort of like the model.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I only had
that's
like
true.
that. And that's
I did see a lot of bullshit in dudes, but they were never blamed for it.
Yeah.
They were never blamed for their lives they like made the decisions and life happened. For the women who like chose bad men to be with. The women chose to do this. Like it was always like framed
People are always
that way.
harder. People are always harder. The internet shits on women.
It's true.
Someone told me, they literally told me, they're like, yeah, Instagram just doesn't, it's harder for women of color. And it's just like, well, that makes sense because I hear that everything's harder for women of color.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's just, it's a normal. So it's like, these aren't things we recognize. And then when we do, you feel crazy because no one's talking about it. And now we are talking about it. But then it's like,
I feel like we talk about it a lot on this podcast.
yeah. But then it's just like there still is that perspective. I mean, they even said it on Watchmen, like, like the white dude was like, it's hard being a white man today in America.
I thought that was kind of cheesy. That was like cheesy line. But
like,
I know people say that or think that.
People feel that way.
I know, but it was that one line I was like, that's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was. But it took me out of it a little too.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just like, but beyond like, the like critiquing it,
yeah.
There are people who fucking like. There are people who years ago. I'm talking about good friends of mine, like 6-7 years ago, like white friends would talk to me complaining to my face about how they're losing roles to other women of color.
That happens now.
Yeah, but this happens now. So that's the same mindset of like it's hard for a white guy in America.
Yeah,
that's the exact
the same
fucking
mindset. Yeah. What bothers me, this is something I was discussing with one of my roommates. I live with 3 white dudes. Don't worry, one is really gay. So he and I connect about a lot of shit. But it's like, how do you talk to white people or to men and have them not be defensive, but also be like your authentic self. Because when we're behind closed doors, when we're on this podcast, we can be more of ourselves, and we can say things like, white people are like that's some white people shit, or men are trash, or things like that, and have the understanding that we individually know that not like we don't have to have somebody not all men us or not all white people us. Like, we know what we're saying. We're just getting our anger out there. We're getting our we're generalizing, not to like reduce the conversation, but to like emote.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's going to have to come from a place of mutual understanding and mutual empathy.
But how do you get that? Because like there's some people, there's some like white men that understand that, and then others that I have to argue with.
Well,
and I'm like, I'm so tired of arguing.
We can't, those people, like, you know, we can't change other people, but like, I think one thing is
like
maybe
educating.
like, maybe check in though with ourselves. Like, am I understanding what this person is struggling with right now?
That's what I'm asking. I feel like I don't understand the defense mechanism. Because when people have said Indians are racist, I'm like, a lot of, and you know, like Indians own slaves, like African slaves. There's a lot of colors and there's a lot of shit. I don't feel defensive about that.
Yeah, but we can't, you know, like everyone's different.
And yeah, there are plenty of white people who don't feel defensive. They listen to me, bitch. They're like great friends of mine.
But I think the only way to like come to an understanding.
I don't understand what they're defensive about.
And it's tough, as they probably, you know, a lot of times the person who is defensive may not understand that either. So then that's very tough.
There was one,
So it's just like there's a breakdown in communication.
There was one time where a person was like, "Why do I have to feel ashamed to be white?" And I was like, I didn't say you have to feel ashamed to be your, and like, I think that's some of the feeling that I'm getting, is that they think that they have to be ashamed to be who they are.
When I hear that, I hear a person who is feeling shame, and maybe that's something to be dealt with.
Because where is that shame coming from?
Yeah, like, you know, I don't want anyone to feel shame. I just want, you know, understanding.
I mean, I want people who have things to be ashamed of to reflect on that.
Yeah, process it. But like to hold on to shame, like, you know, and not let go and move forward, it's like
you're not processing.
Yeah, like, so you know, anyone who's saying you have to feel ashamed, like, that's not someone I would listen to.
Well, it's them saying, like, they're white and they were like, why should I feel ashamed to be white? Like, you're racist for saying that I have like white privilege and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's like, how do you get through to someone who's like, because I'm not telling you to be ashamed. I'm clearly making fun of you in tweets, but
it
like,
might not be a one conversation thing. It could just be planting seeds. It literally could just be planting seeds.
Unfortunately, that erupted.
You know, and they're eating cereal, and 10 years later, they're like,
oh shit,
racist!
I was racist. That's amazing. I love that.
Suba, we got an idea.
Suba, we got you. That's so funny. Oh man.
She wants to extend that premise.
Yeah, it's interesting.
There's this great documentary. I don't know if I don't even remember what it's called or if it's on Netflix anymore, but I think I might have brought it up like last year or something. Yeah. But it's about Pakistani, not American, Pakistani, UK, like her family immigrated to the UK. What is that called?
I mean, they're immigrants there.
Immigrants to, like, you know, the UK. Yeah. And she made a documentary where she basically sat down with some of the biggest.
You told me about, and I watched it. Yeah, like KKK people and stuff.
Yeah, and for some, you know, some were in the height of their belief, their hate, and some had become reformed, and some you see them changing because this is the first time they've been able to even connect to someone brown.
Yeah.
Whether they've just never had the opportunity or if they did, like,
the
like human to human. That was their friend. And that, you know, completely, like, flipped turned their world upside down because they were having, and to me, that's way more powerful and effective than coming at someone, you know, with,
but that's, like, the problem is that, but that's the problem though, is that you cannot rely on the civility or what, there was another quote by like Malcolm X or Martin Luther or what, I think it's an X quote.
Yeah, because if it's not about civility, it's probably X.
Well, yeah, you can't rely on like the kindness of your own oppressor, which is why there has to be protest. Like totally. That's how anything legal it was fought for. Like, it was quite literally, like, battled out in courtrooms and, like, at protests and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the producers sort of, they filtered who she was sitting down with. Like, they weren't going to filter the guy who was going to stab her in the neck right then,
Yeah,
like, so
that's true.
But
yeah, so it's like there is this like that's why I like stay friends with people I've on Facebook that I really disagree with, because I want them to know that I exist and see me in their feed as a human that is in this demographic and has these views and stuff.
I did unfriend someone. I know I am flexible, but I did unfriend someone because they had like one of those trucks, those vans, those white vans with no windows.
Yeah.
But like instead of it being white, there was like a Trump's. It was like a Trump thing.
Oh, that's
like a Trump truck.
Oh, rough. Yeah.
And I never really liked him that much in high school.
Yeah, and you were just like, I don't need this.
Yeah, I don't need it. And he always seemed a little off, and now he seems really off.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was particularly nice or kind, so I just unfriended him.
Yeah. I mean, that happens.
I think that's the only time I've unfriended someone because of their political beliefs.
Yeah.
It was that awful fucking truck.
It was more of like a vehicular belief that you did not.
Yeah, it was like, this dude seems off.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's one thing to be like, oh, I voted, blah, 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 but to be riding around in a fucking rape van?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
in
if it has Trump outside, yeah, I was going to say it's appropriate.
Jesus.
Oh, man. I love how was it Billy Bush his career got tanked from that. It was like him.
What happened with Billy Bush again?
He just like disappeared after that. He was the one who was on the Access Hollywood thing where Trump said grab him by the pussy and he like laughed along to it.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
he's like cousins with George Bush. By the way.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, and he got canceled and like George Bush is fine and Trump is fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild. Or like he got a lot of shit and then he like removed himself, I guess. But yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess like those are bigger figures. Trump and Bush, those are bigger figures.
They have more power,
more resources.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Whereas,
also physically, they're probably bigger. He's like a small dude.
Oh, is he?
He's not too small. He's like average size, but I think Trump is bigger than him.
Is Trump He's a tall dude.
He's a wide dude for sure.
Yeah.
He's a chunky feller.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's a fact.
I'm not. Yeah.
No comment on chunky sizes, but he is chunky.
Yeah. I like chunky salsa.
It's pretty good. Do you want to talk about? We were talking before the podcast about money issues.
Yeah. What's on your mind? What's on your heart? What's on your soul?
Well, I'm
going on with
transitioning life right now, and I don't know where money is coming in next month.
Wait.
It's unclear. It's unclear.
You don't know if you're...
I don't know what's happening in my program.
Gotcha.
So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, that's uncertainty.
So that uncertainty is, but I'm also kind of like, fuck this. I'm going to do what I want to do. But I'm also like, wait, how do I get paid to do that? So that's on my mind.
Yeah.
And then also just like efficiency with money. Cause I like spend a lot on Ubers. I spend a lot on, and I feel like a lot of guilt, like feeding myself or like getting to places. And I don't like that. I don't want to have to think about it. It's like so
I get that.
Frustrating.
And I tie like a lot of feelings are attached to money for me too.
So much.
And I think it's important maybe we can get to a space where we can just look at it as numbers and then just get the information and then adjust and budget according to that. Instead of like, taking it like, I'm a piece of shit for ordering
I have that cycle, yeah.
Cheesy wonton shit.
Yeah, I have that cycle where I like buy something or spend on something and then I feel bad. I feel guilt. Which is stupid because like existing costs money. like
I mean, it comes from somewhere. That's the thing, is it comes from somewhere. And I mean, they're like, yeah, just, I don't know. Like, money stuff was super weird in our family.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in explaining, like, details. But, like, it just sort of
the
left
podcast is kind of the point.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking at the camera.
Hi.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, we forgot you were here for a second, listeners.
We're back. It was just, I don't know, I think it left me with a lot of hang-ups.
About what?
Yeah, like a lot of feelings about guilt, about
Spending money or not earning enough.
And yeah, and I think that's also stems from worthiness.
Yes.
Too, like feelings of worthiness, like, oh, I'm not worth this or this or this.
Because people don't, like, they don't care what you do. Indian parents don't give a shit what you do as long as you make that money. And if you can consistently make that money, they stop caring if you're like a doctor or a lawyer or an actor.
Yeah.
Like, that's the truth of it. Literally,
They're
like,
just happy you're rich.
they just want you to be rich and stable. So it's like, if I'm not doing the stable thing, I should be making as much as the stable thing in the unstable thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, I done fucked up. Like,
I mean, that's the dream.
that's how it feels.
But that's the thing is, like, that's another layer of discomfort is their disapproval. And maybe it's like we have to just,
Yeah.
like, let them have that.
That's definitely like a lesson I learned is that I feel so much more comfortable when I'm spending my money the way I want to than when anyone is spending, like, or when I'm spending money how someone else wants me to, or if someone is spending money on me in a way that I don't like. Like, I've learned that in relationships and with my parents. Like, I was in a relationship with someone in the Bay, and he was a foodie, and we spent so much money on, like, fancy fucking food that I, like, didn't fill me up.
Splitsies?
I mean, he often offered to pay, but I, like, there was a lot of guilt tied into, like, him paying and him having the good job, like, that I could have gotten if I had gone down the path that he had got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't want to take his money, and then that became a thing where he was like, I'd rather pay for you, and, like, and then, you know, so it was just, like, a whole thing, but it was just, like, I stubbornly was like, okay, I'll pay for, but it was, like, essentially, like, having to pay to be with him. Because I was like, I would never spend my money on this shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's different than giving a gift.
Yeah.
Because it's like for yourself, but not really.
Did you like his company?
Yeah, I mean, like at the time, the relationship was like rough.
Yeah.
Right. But I had to fit it in my head as like, I'm paying because I want to be with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like for the relationship. This is for like whatever.
You couldn't accept him covering the cost.
No, I didn't feel good about it.
Yeah.
And then later I found out that he didn't like when someone else was fine with him covering the cost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I like,
see, that would have been me.
I feel too guilty. But the thing is, what reframed it in my mind was my brother was in school, and I was, once I got a good job, I was making like double what he was making or more. And then a friend of mine had been like, it's not your fault you don't make that much money. And I was like, no, it's my choices, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, my brother is like amazing and doing like way better work than me.
Yeah.
And like, he deserves way more money. Oh, it's not his fault he's not making that much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it took me a while to like realize that life isn't fair, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
we're all dealt the cards we're dealt, right?
and then having a passion and having to ignore it can really affect your mental health and like all of this stuff, you know? So it's like, if your passion doesn't align with a stable career, like, it's hard. It's so hard. Yeah.
And yeah, like, it's just, I know and empathize with what you're experiencing, and like, I think most of LA does too.
Yeah.
Who, like, people in entertainment.
Yeah.
Because it's just.
But it's so like pit of my stomach stressful.
Yeah.
For everyone. And then you like understand why people are like, you're like, oh, people are cutthroat like this because they're like feeling like this all the time, and they're trying to like survive, and like, you know, and like the thing that they get doesn't matter anymore because it's already happened, so they have to get like another thing.
Yeah,
and
it's less about sort of like accolades and more about like, I need to make fucking money.
And accolades, like, there's so many people with so many followers who don't have any money. Like,
Yeah.
there's like none of that shit. All that matters is your bank account. Like, none of that shit matters. And it's like, then when you realize that, you're like, fuck, like, making art is so difficult from the stress of just trying to do it without money. Like, otherwise it would be so much fun. Like, that's the cost of it.
Yeah, if you have a financier, someone backing you, like, then.
Dude. Like, if we had people on our Patreon.
That is a great segue.
Transition. Because we're talking about money.
Yeah, you know, like, so I can say this, like, we love what we do. I love what I do.
Yeah.
Do you love what you do?
Yeah, I want to just do it more.
And then it does become like, well, how do we allocate time to, like I love doing the podcast. I love performing live.
Yeah.
But it's just like also we got bills to pay.
And we have to start paying for podcast recording stuff and making it better and everything. And we need you guys' help if you like the podcast.
Yeah, man. And women.
We want it to keep going.
And they and it and us. All the pronouns.
Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, we want to keep doing this, and if you appreciate this, there's no, if you like what we do, there's no donation that's too small.
Yeah, even if it's just a couple bucks.
Like 50 cents a month. It's 2019. It's almost 2020. So like $1 a month.
Come on.
$1 a month.
$2 a month. $5. Is that a 10? Am I hearing a 10?
Yeah, look, we might give you photos of Zara's feet.
Yeah, she's not here to say no. Yeah. She would say yes if she was here, to be honest.
If she says yes, with consent, of course, that would probably be a very high tier.
Unless you want to pretend it's not consensual.
But that's your business.
That's your business.
We don't need to know anything about that.
Stop trying to get Zara's feet non-consensually.
God, I feel like I'd lose followers if my feet got out there.
I don't think so.
People are crazy. People do like extra joints and shit. I don't know.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
So patreon.com/facial recognition comedy. We want this to keep going.
And let us know if there are any specific incentives
you want. We're gonna call you out on the podcast. We'll shout you out.
Yeah, we want to also we want more engagement with you. We want, you know what?
What?
Maybe we can call a listener.
Yo,
we can call a listener.
Yo,
if you guys win something,
if you become a Patreon, we will call you.
Oh, that's
or patron. We will call you. So the next, we'll start calling people as soon as they sign up for our Patreon.
Yeah, just slide in our DMs with the number,
and then you can be on our podcast.
And yeah, you'll be
at the end of the podcast or whatever.
We'll figure out the details, but I like that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love that too.
We want to connect with you guys more.
Yeah.
And I think the financial assistance will help because so much of the hustle comes from trying to support ourselves.
Yeah, we're tired.
On top of this,
we need followers, we need money, and then we could just make more art for you guys.
Yeah,
more consistently.
The more focus we can put on the art and less on fuck, this light bill's really high. Or we got to pay podcast.
I got to keep my dog alive, y'all. You have no idea how much that costs.
That is so true.
He's doing good. I got him a new bed. I got him a new little doggy bed. He's cold. It's cold out there.
Anything helps, and we're super appreciative. We're super appreciative just to even have you listen. But if you do have the means and have it in your heart, then it is the holiday season. One time I said Happy Holidays to someone, and she was like, Merry Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
She's like,
wait, I have another incentive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out there. You can veto it. If you take a video of you signing someone up to subscribe to our podcast, we'll post it on our Instagram story.
Yeah.
If you subscribe someone and get them listening, we'll post that on our Instagram story. Just tag us.
Yeah, just tag us.
And no unsubscribees afterwards.
Yeah, don't do all that.
Yeah.
And just I like those.
Yeah, I think those are good.
Yeah, and we'll have you know what, we can have other prizes like tickets. We need to sit down and redo our Patreon.
These are our meetings. Our podcast episodes are us trying to figure out what the fuck we need to do for this brand. We'll try to make our episodes a little bit more professional, but I think it's fun when they're wild.
Oh yeah, that's my brand.
Wild
is not professional.
It's Zara's is keep it professional, and yours is no.
Oh god,
mine's somewhere in between. I think
I should just come in a blazer one day.
We should all just switch
fuck it up.
Switch these. Yeah. So I was talking about money.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's super relatable,
dude. Being an adult is fucking tiring.
It is, and I mean. I just started thinking about insurance, car insurance.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm thinking about health insurance.
I need to be thinking about health insurance also. And it's just, the thing is every year I'm starting to stutter because it like pisses me off so much. The deductible goes up. So it's just like, you know, things that were covered previously, like I'm not even hitting that deductible because it just quadrupled in a year.
The U.S.
and became more expensive.
Pays more for health, and it has the most expensive health insurance with the least like benefits, basically.
Yeah, it's just like,
ridiculous.
what am I paying? I'm basically paying for insurance, like if I have like some horrific accident and
Which
I don't
has
want to go.
happened.
Yeah.
And which GoFundMe is for.
Yeah, and I don't want to go bankrupt. But like
Yeah.
otherwise, like I'm pretty much like slowly going bankrupt, paying for
I
insurance.
think honestly, we're actually lucky.
I don't want to put that on there, but you know, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
The power of words, guys. The power of words.
We're lucky to be in the comedy community because I've seen it rally multiple times when people have had awful things happen to them, and obviously, like, you can't cover everything, and we shouldn't have to. But I think we are like lucky in that way.
Yeah.
That we do have a community, multiple communities, because there's like different cities and stuff that we know.
Yeah, that's
terrifying.
Well, it's just like it's devastating. The injury itself is devastating, but then to, you know, face financial ruin in those circumstances.
And some people just like rather die so that their family doesn't inherit like all of the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Some people have done that. Some people have like committed suicide so that their families wouldn't have to pay for everything, which is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, we got right back down.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, it's fucking awful,
again.
and I'm like, yeah, I agree. It's fucking awful.
If you agree, take our Instagram poll. I'm the worst.
If by worst you mean best.
Oh, thank you. Oh man, what else? Oh, I was gonna say I haven't been in therapy for a few months.
How's that?
It's been
I've been in therapy for like 8 days, and I'm like, you said my tension's palpable.
Well, I mean, we all feel shit. I like when people can't hide how they feel because then I'm like, oh, good, then I know who they are.
No, I mean, that's the thing is like to function in society. I feel like sometimes I have to like tone it down
because people get scared.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's. Yeah, but like that is annoying because that's another layer of stress to just, you know,
to fake it. Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, okay, I feel a lot of things.
And we also, being in comedy, get away with a lot more shit because people can come up to us and we're like, I feel bad, and they're like, ha, me too, and you're like, like sometimes you don't talk about it or whatever.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's comforting, is that everybody feels terrible too. But yeah, I don't know. So I haven't had a therapist for a few months. I have had a really hard few months for like this uncertainty and instability, and I also got like really sick, and then I also have a family member that's like going through something really awful right now, and so that all has been like stressful or whatever. But honestly, I think like I got a lot from my therapist when I was with her, but she was also stressing me out because I felt like she was kind of a liar. Like she like one time I got there on time and I went to the bathroom, and then she like went into the room, and I came and I entered it, and she was like, "You're late." And I was like, no, you're late. Like, I've been here. And she was like, oh, what? Really? Oh, okay, I'll give you extra time next. But she tried to like almost like charge me more for her being late. Do you know what I mean? Like she and there were like a couple other times, and like when I told her like, I don't know what's happening with my insurance, I might not have you, I don't know if I'll have a session next week or whatever, and she was just like, okay, yeah, like she was purely logistics, and then remembered to be empathetic and was like, I mean, you know, we have to handle that stuff first. And so then I was just like, I don't like you. Like, I don't like you as a person.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you don't feel like, I'm sure, I mean, but you probably did experience benefits of therapy.
I definitely did experience benefits, and I'm probably like,
you can find a better fit.
Yeah, I could find a better fit, but I think I felt like relief that she wasn't my therapist anymore.
It's probably good. It's probably a good thing.
And so she was good for a while because she would like she would like butt heads with me. So then that forced me to change like how I was thinking, and I think that's good. But
well,
then
I do remember like there was like a period of significant growth. Like, it seemed like you were doing like a lot of work in therapy, and like you could just like,
honestly
super tell.
I don't know that I was doing. Like, I think I was just bitching in therapy a lot for a while, and then I just like gave up on bitching. And then I just like, do you know what I mean? Like, you get it out of your system.
I guess, yeah, maybe it's the focus. So you were like feeling feelings and processing stuff that maybe you wouldn't have processed if you weren't in that room with her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't regret doing it, and I want to get another therapist when I get settled and stuff. But it's like I don't feel bad for not being in therapy right now, which is weird because
it's expensive.
It's expensive, but also like usually I'm like
it's expensive.
it's expensive. But usually I feel like it's the same thing. It's like the guilt of not taking care of yourself well. Yeah. And I'm like, with mental health, I'm like, this is if I don't take care of myself, I'm going to take it out on other people. And so I'm very like worried about that all the time, and that's why I'm like, I have to be in therapy all the time. But it's like, other than that breakdown I had with you, it's been like mostly like I haven't spiraled as much as I thought I would. So I,
Oh yeah, that was stressful.
Full on breakdown in your car.
Yeah,
and we weren't communicating well in that moment.
No,
it took a while.
I think like you were feeling stuff, and I wasn't like. I mean, I'm in whatever state I'm in, so I wasn't like in the state to We
were both very stressed
to meet you halfway for that in that moment.
I think we both were.
But I think we dealt with it pretty well, like in terms of like not taking it personally, and just saying like, okay, we can agree to disagree, and we'll table this when things feel like,
we can talk about it again.
Yeah, less charged. So I think we still handled it pretty well. It just wasn't comfortable because obviously we
both were feeling shit.
Got upset, which is fine too. But I think it was handled well. Yeah. Although I was pretty stressed out.
I was very stressed out about it too.
I was like, this is a lot.
But honestly, like I was holding on to those feelings for like so many months. And I think now, just having told you I feel better, like obviously like we still have to talk about like other shit with it. But like, yeah, like it felt good. I was like afterwards, I was like, that's not how I wanted that to come out. But I was like glad it came out. Like a couple days later, I was like, okay, I feel like a weight. Because I'm not, when you're feeling feelings that involve someone else and they're not in on it, it almost feels like a secret you're keeping from them.
Yeah.
It feels like you're like, oh, like I feel this way about you and I can't be real with you, like, or like about something that happened between us, So.
And it's like there's always going to be sort of that disconnect. It's like going to be uncomfortable if you like.
If you log onto our Patreon, and our $50 a month user will tell you what we're talking about. Should we just start revealing our shit?
Yeah. I know you can get really like the deep sort of like the details. The
life
details.
If you want us, oh man, if we aired our gossip, I would be fine with it. But I don't know if everybody would. If we got money for it, I would do that.
Yeah,
that's actually more embarrassing than
NDAs.
Oh, I don't think it matters.
I don't know. What do you guys want?
That'd be fun if we had like a secret to tell them. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, I feel like that was my biggest spiral without my therapist. Was like that moment.
Well, it was
and then maybe
probably
like,
good. I was there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, like there's been like a couple other feelings, but that's the other thing is like I don't really count it as a spiral if somebody is there or isn't there, because then I'm just like dealing with my feelings.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, you can spiral internally or whatever, but it doesn't bother me as much. I care a lot about pulling other people into my shit, which is why I like let things build up sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is important to be sort of considerate of like, how we affect people, but like, I think like I don't hold any resentment to that. Like, even though it was like it felt disruptive in the moment, I think it was a positive thing. I think, you didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah. If that was on purpose, how inelegant.
I mean, okay, like it was okay. So like, I think the three of us, all of us, were gonna go to the show.
Yeah.
And you were gonna ride with Z, but then you asked if you could ride with me.
Yeah.
So then, I was like, did you know you were gonna talk about it?
I didn't know I was gonna talk about it that night.
Yeah.
I definitely knew I wanted to talk. I actually want to talk about it to both of you at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't feel good about telling just you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. But like, I think because of, where you were emotionally, it was better that it was, like
one-on-one rather than
that could have been,
overwhelming.
Yeah. So I think it worked out fine.
That's
and the fact that we can just talk about this and it's just like is what it is like, I think it's dope.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
And if you want to find out what the fuck we're talking about, become a Patreon. All right, Paul, how many minutes are we at? We're good. We're at an hour. That's all we owe you people.
We don't want to make this a two-parter.
No, I gotta go. I have a show.
Oh yeah.
You have a show too, right?
Yeah, but I thought it was at 7 and it's like at 9.
Is it the same show that you're on?
What are you doing? Are you doing Falzone show?
No. Which one is that? His
The bar show that we run.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not doing that one. But what time is that one at?
9.
Oh no, I can't make that.
Oh man.
He said he can go there and bomb anytime I want.
Yeah, he said that to me too.
So
I bombed hard that night. I was forgetting. I've had this thing where
that was one for the books.
that was real rough for me.
Hey, look.
I forgot my joke, the order of the words in my jokes. I couldn't say them. It was so weird.
I'm just how am I struggling so hard to connect with this audience?
And then it's the worst when people before and after you just crush and you're just like, this feels terrible.
Although I'm not going to say that anyone crushed before or
the
after.
people before or after me
wasn't-
did well, much better than me.
What was it?
Honestly.
What was it?
I've been having a hard time crushing in front of anybody lately. But I think it's I don't know. It's something that connection. You got to have the connection.
I think I get that. I think that's part of the normal cycle for comics is you're feeling your material and then you start feeling more disconnected because as people we evolve, right?
Yeah.
So the artistic process.
Truly.
It's guys, Patreon. It's the
we
artistic
keep looking
process
to the
takes
camera,
its toll.
and we know most of you don't watch the thing, but it's very cute how we keep pitching to the
It's
camera.
really, really adorable.
But yeah,
the artistic process. It's hard. We need
I don't think people understand how much money goes into it. That's why, whenever anybody self promotes, I'm just there are comics who shame each other for self promoting, and I'm like, that bitch is getting money. They're paying their bills. Let them eat. Let them do shit. Business cards, merch, whatever you got to do.
It's don't hate.
Yeah. I don't know. It's this is how the whole thing is finding a market.
I mean, I think when people are criticizing that, they kind of want to do it themselves and just have their own feelings of why they can't.
Yeah. They're oh, too tough for that.
So it's no, man, you can make some bread too.
Yeah, you don't have to suffer. We don't have to suffer.
Yeah.
Tell my bank account that. We don't have to suffer.
Guys, subscribe
Yeah.
to our Patreon.
All right.
Oh,
What?
we have live shows.
Oh, yeah.
We have live stand-up shows all over America.
We have 2 this month, and they're not on the same coast.
Oh my God. They couldn't be further apart in the continental U.S. Okay, so first one is this Sunday in Los Angeles.
West Side Comedy Theater, 9
9
p.m.
p.m.
You know
And it's a banging lineup.
who we got on the lineup.
It's a banging lineup.
That's what I'm checking right now.
It is, because
we
I put them on there, and I remember it was banging. I was like, it's our last show in
Of the
LA
year.
of 2019.
Here we go. We have Jessica Keenan,
Oh, yeah, it's Jessica's first time. Oh, we have a couple first.
Sahana Srinivasan.
Oh, both of them are so funny.
Oh, Fizaa Dasani is on this one.
Jai.
Oh my goodness. And Zara Ali.
Jai.
Ooh. And then Pallavi and Alan.
Jai.
And then
No, I'm just
Priyanka Wally. Dr. Wally.
Dr. Wally. Everyone,
And
look at this banging lineup.
Sammy Obeid. And Sammy and Priyanka have a podcast on this network. What's it called? Pre-existing conditions. And they talk about shit.
And they've also been on our podcast together, so check that episode out.
Oh, yeah. I missed that one. Yeah. That one. Yeah. So former podcast people. So that's our December show.
Yeah, December 8th, this Sunday, 9 p.m., banging lineup, a couple new facial rec performers, and we are in New York City,
December 20th.
which is a Friday, 11:30 p.m., New York Comedy Club.
We have Subba Agarwal of the racist joke we keep referencing. We have Fizaa Dasani, Zara Ali, Pallavi and Alan, Crystal Marie.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, we're bringing a lot of our...
LA.
Yeah, a lot of our LA performers, people who've been on our LA show, they're going to be in New York for the first time on Facial Rec, so that'll be pretty dope.
FRC promo code
For
our
$10 off.
tickets. Yeah.
And that's also how we make money is people who use the FRC promo code, so it's a win-win situation.
Truly. What projects are you working on?
Right now I've been I have all this footage. I have like just a shit ton of footage.
Editing
and
is so fucking hard.
really, I kind of like it.
I like it, but it's like time consuming. Editing
is.
and captioning.
Captioning
And also
is-
my computer keeps crashing.
it's a lot.
It's a lot of space.
But I think like I just sort of I'm finding footage. I'm like, I haven't done shit with this.
Yeah.
So it's just like I have a lot of video content that I just want to put out. I like how you're doing a series.
Yeah, but I've been not on that shit, so I need to get on that again.
I mean,
I think that's my New Year's goal is to be on top of my video shit.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on. I mean, we were just having a conversation about like how we need to do more stuff for the podcast. And it's just like, well, we gotta do this and this and this. So hey, Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, but also go
if
to
you could-
Fizaa's YouTube because she's gonna put out videos.
Yeah, so I'm gonna beef that up. My IGTV.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a lot of more. And people are like, what's your opinion on burning material? Because at this point, I'm like,
Fuck
what?
it.
Because there's like shit that I've performed. Like I was like, I'll never feel that material as much as I was feeling it on that
Yeah.
tape. So like, it's like this is it, baby. Like
Yeah.
unless like
And then
it's
it'll
not
push
like
us.
a big special or something with like a, it's
And then it doesn't matter because it's like it's building your following, so it's like whatever.
yeah, and it's like
value.
no one remembers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I think.
I've been working on that same shit too.
Yeah.
Videos.
So like, you know what? Burn it down.
Burning woman. All right. Well, you can find Fizaa.
Yeah, I'm on the internet at Fizaa Dasani, FizaaDasani.com, and you can find Pallavi.
Pallavi Ganalan. PallaviGunalan. That's my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my website.
And you can find both of us and Zara and other Boss Brown bitches on facialrecognitioncomedy.com, at Facial Recognition Comedy on all social media platforms except Twitter, because there is a limit on what?
On the number of letters.
Yeah, so that's just Facial Rec Comedy.
I gotten banned from Instagram right now.
Are you serious?
I have a block on it. I can't post like my pictures and I can't like people or comment on things until December 8th. Because I like was on our show pages and like following and like I was doing a bunch of shit, and then they were like, "Oh, you have an app," and I was like, "No," and I sent them like a bunch of emails, and they just like don't. So I'm trying to be supportive, but I can't with my. So I'm over on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram jail right now. I can post stories, I can't post actual posts.
So they do limit engagement because they do confuse.
They started
like,
it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, is it a bot doing it?
And I'm like, I'm not a bot, other than emotionally, like, like, please. It's me. I'm doing it. I did get like a.
And how do you even get a hold of anyone at Instagram?
You fucking don't, because they just ignore you. You're like, you try
could
to
be
post,
Beyonce
and they're
that gets
like
someone to
action blocked,
Instagram.
and I'm like, tell us. And like, I keep forgetting I'm blocked, so I keep trying to do the things, and then it'll be like, tell us what the problem is. And I do that every time. And then I went to the help thing, and I like message, and yeah, they don't give a fuck. They don't. So I have to wait like 6 days to support my friends.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, you got Twitter.
Yeah, I have Twitter.
Wait, so you were doing it on the FRC account and it like blocked you on all
It
your
was,
accounts?
and I have my oversharing account too. So
So,
I
like-
think it was oversharing that. Yeah, but you guys can post to FRC. I think.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
All right,
hope.
cool. I was about to go into a business meeting. Like, should we post this for our promotion? But like, we
All right.
should. We should probably end the podcast at some point.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all this Sunday
Yes.
and December 20th,
Yes.
depending on what coast you're on.
And our Patreon. Subscribe, people, and be our patrons. And we'll call you on the podcast.
Hey, Paul, are you following us on Patreon?
Paul?
Yeah, our audio.
Why would he give us money?
Oh yeah, you have to pay. It's not just to
Yeah.
follow. Got Patreon. Can you cut that part out?
We're not paying him enough.